Hi, hello, everyone out there. Good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon, IG. How you guys doing out there on this lovely Thursday? A little bit overcast, but all in all, it's a beautiful day. Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, bringing you guys some update on one of the most talked about topic right now. This is the stimulus check. Where is my stimulus check? Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is where is my stimulus check? The topic that everybody is concerned about, everybody is asking about it. Everybody needs to know what's the reason that I have not received my stimulus check. And so I've gotten, folks calling me. I've got clients calling me, telling me that, some people in the family got their stimulus check. Some of their friends back east got their stimulus check. They haven't gotten their stimulus check yet. So people are concerned about it. But today I wanted to kind of just ease your mind on the status of the stimulus check, where it is. And I'll talk about three different points. First, we're going to talk about the Social Security delays, because a lot of people in Social Security, their checks have been delayed. So we're going to talk about what had caused some of those delays. We're going to talk about the timeline. We'll talk about how long the IRS got to get this money out to you. And most of all, on the third topic, so stick around. This one will tell you what to do if you haven't gotten it yet, how to check on it, and, things that you may need to do in order to get your stimulus check. So I want you guys to hit like and share this video. I'm sure there's a lot of people can use this information. So hit like and share and get all your friends involved. Hi, Inez. Thanks for jumping. Oh, Thomas Zero. Hello. How you guys doing? Thanks for jumping in here. All right, let's talk about the Social Security delay, guys. It had been said over and over that people that are on a fixed income Social Security, the SSI, people, anyone that's on any kind of federal veteran pay or anything like that, railroad retiree folks don't have to do anything to get this money. Their check will be automatically deposited. But there was some delays with the IRS and testing out the Social Security computers and making sure that everything was in sync. And so as of last Thursday, the 25th of March, they finally had kind of got it all the kinks out, so to speak. Social Security Administration computer and the IRS computers. And they have tested tens of millions of return. They have tested to make sure that everything was in sync. Make sure that they were able to validate, right? And they make sure that, they can review the accuracy of the information going directly from the IRS through the Social Security and to the people in Social Security, people on the SDI and the railroad retirees and any other federal, funding program that you were getting automatically. So they have already got all the kinks out of that, right? And they said that those checks are going to be going out. You should be receiving them if you're on any one of these type of benefits no later than April the 7th. Okay, so there's good news there. Finally, all the kinks have been worked out. So by April the 7th, as a matter of fact, starting this weekend, they're going to start sending out those money, guys, to Social Security, retiree, and, the railroad retirement folks. So that is going to happen starting this weekend. And at least if you don't get it by this weekend, at least by April the 7th, most of the Social Security folks should be able to see that money in their bank accounts. That's great news. But there's one important thing I want to point out on that, guys. If you are on Social Security, and of course you don't have to file any tax return to get your money, but if you have dependents, what they're encouraging you, if you have dependents, go ahead and file a 2020 tax return. You don't have to put anything on it. But of course, you just file that return, get that information in, claim your eligible dependents, because some folks on Social Security or, railroad retirement that doesn't have to file a tax return, but they may have eligible dependents that they need to get this $1,400 for. And if that is the case, the IRS does not know that information. So in other words, in order for them to get that information, file a return and get the information into them, just for information purposes, okay? So for those of you who are on railroad retirement or anyone you tell your folks that if they have eligible dependents, the IRS does not know this information. They will only deposit the $1,400 for you. So for you to get it for the dependents, file a tax return and let them know who the dependents are, however many of them there is, so that you can get the money for those dependents, okay? So that's one of the important things that I want to point out as far as the Social Security. So the delays, all the kinks have been worked out. Those checks are going to go out starting the end of this week. And by April the 7th, most of those checks should be out, all right? So that's for the Social Security folks, people that are on fixed income. That's one of the biggest questions. Okay, so let's go into number 2, guys. Number 2, let's talk about the timeline. All right, where's my stimulus check is what we're discussing today. Big topic. Let's talk about the timeline. So they started actually sending these checks out somewhere around March 17th, somewhere in there. And so, of course, the IRS is sending out checks on a weekly basis, right? Again, right here in the middle of tax season, they are. So, there's a lot going on. So there has been some delays. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why they have extended the tax filing deadline as well, guys, because there's a lot happening. The stimulus check, the tax season deadline. I mean, this is a lot going on. So they've extended the tax deadline simply because they're trying to get these stimulus checks out as well. Okay, so they started sending those out. But if you haven't gotten it again, they just started. The IRS have until December 31st, which is excellent because it gives everybody time to do a lot of things. I'll talk about that in, if you haven't gotten it, some of the things that you can do, it gives you a lot of time to be able to do those things. Okay, so don't panic if you haven't seen it yet. They have until December 31st to get the check to you, which is good. The second stimulus check, they only had like 3 weeks, I think, to get that money out, right? So they have until December 31st to actually get you the money for the third stimulus check. So if you haven't gotten it yet, whatever reason that we'll talk about the things that you need to have done in my third point today. And so once you do those things, you guys should expect to get your stimulus check. Okay, so don't worry about it. They're not going to stop. They're not going to cut it off. There's, the deadline mandated by the bill. So they can't decide if they're going to stop. The bill mandates that they give the stimulus check. The deadline is December 31st, 2021. Right, so that's my second point today. All right, so let's move right on into the third point. Again, thank you guys for jumping on here. All right, we got folks over here on IG. Good, awesome. So the third point today, this is a little bit lengthy, so I want to get to this one. It is how to check on the status, right? How to check on the status of your stimulus check, guys. Again, like I said, questions every day, all day. From clients and people who have not received those checks who are eligible. Now, remember, you have to be eligible. There's an income status. Your AGI has to be a certain status. If you're single under 75,000, there's an income qualification. Of course, if you fit within the income qualification and you haven't gotten it, then, of course, these are the reason why I get these questions all the time, right? Where is my stimulus check? So let's talk about checking the status. So, guys, the IRS still have on their website, where is my income on my stimulus check? There's still the get my payment button. That's still on the IRS website, okay? If you go to the IRS website, you can still check the status. Now, keep in mind, they want to make sure that you know this. You cannot check the status for stimulus 1, and you cannot check the status for stimulus 2. They no longer have those on there. The reason being, stimulus 1 and stimulus 2, which is the 1,200 and the 600, guys. If you haven't gotten those, there was a cutoff. There was a deadline to get those out. If you haven't gotten those checks, you have to file your 2020 tax return, claim the economic impact credit on your 2020 tax return, and get your stimulus check 1 or 2 if you haven't gotten any one of those. There's no more where is my stimulus check on the IRS website that will talk about stimulus check 1 or stimulus check 2. All right, so I want you guys to understand this because I'm still, again, getting questions about how do I get stimulus 1 and stimulus 2 to 1,200 and 600. And I get questions like this all day long. Clients are calling me. Everybody's calling, asking, say, I haven't gotten the 1,200 or most so the 600. A lot of people haven't gotten the 600. But you will no longer be able to call the IRS and ask about the $600. They encourage you to file a return of 2020, just even if you had no income or no reason to file. But file just to get the stimulus. I've done a lot of tax returns simply just to get the stimulus check, okay? I've done a lot of tax returns just to get the stimulus check. So you don't have to have any income to put on there. File to get your stimulus check if you haven't gotten it. The IRS will not give you that information anymore. But on the third stimulus check, now stimulus check 3, you can check where is my stimulus check, and there are several type of response that you will get when you do that, right? So the first one will tell you, and of course you go, put your information in and go through the process. The first one will tell you that your check is been processed and then give you a date that they send it out or will be sending it out. Again, if you have your bank account information there, it will be deposited. If not, it will be mailed. So that's the first status, and not everybody wants to hear that one, okay? My check is in the mail. That's the one everybody wants to hear. The other status would be you're eligible, but we have not processed it yet. So that's another good status. Okay, you're eligible to get the money. We're in the process. You haven't gotten it yet. That's about the second status that you'll probably see on that site when you go and check where is my payment, right? So that's the second one that you will see. Again, that's another excellent status to get because you know the money is on the way and pretty soon there's going to be a release date, right? The third one, which nobody wants to hear, is payment status is not available. And this is the one that everybody gets to call it. What does that mean? Payment status is not yet available. Guys, if it says the payment status is not yet available, there's several things that could have happened. Your tax return for 2019, which they're basing it on, or 2020, may not have been processed yet. So it could have been received, may not have been processed. And it will tell you that the status is not yet available. Check process eligible. Okay. So yeah, so that's the one that most people panic about is that, oh my God, what does that mean? You know, payment status not available. And so they may not have just processed your tax return yet. It doesn't mean that you won't be getting it. Okay. Then there's another one status that may say they need more information. So they have your return, they need more information to process returns. Some returns sometimes get delayed because the IRS wanted to verify that, you know, you are the person who filed that. I'm sure some of you guys may have seen those letters where they want you to call in and, you know, identify yourself. You may have to call and verify and identify yourself so they know that you have actually filed those returns. So some of those returns may not have been processed because they need more information to identify you. Make sure that you are the person who will file that return. Okay, so if you get that, need more information, you know, don't worry about it. You'll get that letter or you'll find out what they need. You call in, you identify yourself. You know, there's a way to do this by phone or online. So that's not a problem. Just go ahead and take care of that if that's what you see, or you get a letter stating they need more information. All right. So a lot of returns get that. And it's just simply to protect you. They're just protecting you, making sure your money goes to you and not to someone else. Right. Another process for need more information is maybe the post office return your check. So if you guys moved, the IRS don't have your current address and stuff like that, and your check may have been returned to them. So if your check is returned, they may need more information in there because they either need for you to do an updated address for them to resend that out. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't mean you're not getting the money. They just need to make sure that it's resent to the correct place. You can go online and you can call and change your address. Get an address change form in there if you have moved and they don't have your current address. Another way to change your current address, though, guys, is quickly file your 2020 if you haven't filed that yet, because the IRS will put whatever the last address that you filed on your taxes, that's the address they will put in the system. So if you know you moved and you can't get through about changing your address, quickly file your 2020 return, electronic file, they'll have it right away, and then put your current address on that, and that's the address that they will have. So when they get ready to resend the check out or send your check out, they'll send it to that address, okay? All right, hey, Lerner, thanks for jumping on. Hello, Lourdes Noriega, thank you. All the other people I know, hi. Thank you guys for joining us. So again, we're talking about where is the stimulus check, and then here is under my third point, we're talking about how do you find out what happened to your stimulus check, okay? Importantly, you can change your direct deposit information. This is very, very important. Now, but there's a point. If you already have a bank information on your taxes when you send it in, you can't change your direct deposit information. But if, let's say, you sent your taxes in and you didn't have direct deposit, you didn't have a bank information, it allows you to go in and you can click direct deposit button on the IRS website. You can click a direct deposit button, of course, re-identify yourself, and you can put your new bank information in. Again, this is not for the people who had an account on there and the account is no good. This is for people who didn't have an account. You can add your bank account to this. It's very important. You can add your bank account there, right? If you have an account that is no good, what's going to happen? If the bank cannot accept your direct deposit, what will happen is they'll send the money back to the IRS, guys. Again, don't panic. It might delay the process. It'll take a while longer. They'll send the money back. The IRS will look up your last known address. If you did a change of address, then they will mail a check out to you. It just takes a little while longer, but it doesn't mean you won't get the money. Okay. So those are things that you have to know. You know that about yourself more than anybody else. You know whether your address is correct. You know whether your bank information is there. So these are some of the things that you can check and can correct and make sure that you get your stimulus check. All right, so these are the points I wanted to cover today. Again, where's my stimulus check? Hopefully this clarifies some of the matters for you guys. Let's go over the points again. I'm going to start with the first one. The first one is the Social Security delays. I know I get that too. A lot of clients who are on Social Security are calling me and saying that, I didn't get my check, or my husband didn't get his check, and what's going on, because we thought that we would at least be the first in line. And it had to do with some computer glitch. The IRS want to make sure that everything is clear there between their Social Security computers and the IRS computers. So those checks are going out this week. By April 7th, most people should get those. All right. So that's the Social Security delay. And this, again, for people who is on railroad retirement, and all kind of federal subsidy payments. So that covers those people. Then the second point today is, let's see, you can check the status. No, the second point is the time frame, right? The timeline. They have until December 31st. Don't panic. Don't worry about it. December 31st, you have time to check everything that you, if you haven't done something correctly. And you guys, if you have additional dependents, the government need to know about, they need to know to give you additional money, file your 2020 taxes, get that information in there, get it corrected, get it adjusted. There is a lot of time to get this done, all right? December 31st is their deadline that's mandated by the bill. And the third point is the ways that you can check the status. Keep in mind, you can't check status on stimulus 1 or 2 anymore on this website. The check my status is only for the third stimulus. Again, I just want to repeat this: 1 and 2. If you haven't gotten it, the way to get stimulus 1 and 2, file 2020 taxes, even if it's just to claim the stimulus check 1 and 2. Right? That's the only way you're going to get it right now. So that's it. Again, I've done a lot of taxes like that, and people have gotten those stimulus checks 1 and 2 in their bank account. Okay, so Elaine Proby here, CEO. Hi, Chef Eric Warren. Thank you for this information. I thank you for jumping on. Appreciate it. Hi, Laverne. Thanks for jumping in. Great information. Thank you. Claus for Pops. Thanks for jumping on, you guys. Elaine Proby here, CEO, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Once again, PROBY'S Tax has been in the community for over 35 years, assisting folks with their taxes and their accounting and all their business and finances. And we're here to assist you to make sure that, one, you understand all the stuff. I know it sounds like a whole lot. And sometimes it get a little complicated, but we want to make sure that we try to make it simplified for you guys, and so that you can stay on top of it. You can take care of your end of the bargain, so you can get what's rightfully yours. And once you understand what to do, of course, people don't do anything they don't know what they need to do, right? So that's what we're here to do. Again, if you need to get your taxes filed, you can give us a call. You can go to our website at probyystax.com, upload your information from the comfort of your home. We do taxes all over the United States. You don't have to be in California. You don't have to be in LA. We have clients all over the US, and we take care of them there. Everything is done electronically, electronic filing, direct deposit, e-pay, and all that good stuff. And we're here to answer any questions that you have. So put your questions below, or any of your concerns. Check out our YouTube channel. There's a lot of great stuff there, guys. Go to Tips from Elaine's Desk. We're starting to store a lot of great information in there as well. And then, of course, you can call our office at 323-290-9034. All right. So with that said, guys, I am out of here. And thank you all for jumping on. I'll see you guys back here next week. All right. Join me here every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. I love it. Great reminder. Thank you. Join me here every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. with a lot of great information, and anything specific you guys want to hear about. Give us a call, put it in the comment below, and let us know what topic is of major concern to you, and then we can talk about it, right? All right, see you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, so